What's good, y'all? It's about 6 a.m. Today is day one of a long-ass fucking weekend because there's two conventions going on today. There's one in Irvine, which I'm on my way right now because it takes about an hour to get there. It's pretty far from where I live, but that's going to be the Golden State Fur Con, and I guess it's like a bunch of furry stuff. I don't know anything about furry stuff, but it was $30 for a 3-day table, which to me is like very good. But we'll get into the details of that later. And then on Saturday, there's Anime Pasadena, which is like regular anime convention, and that's tomorrow. So I gotta drive all the way to Irvine, do the con there Saturday, drive to Pasadena, do the con there, and then Sunday drive back to Irvine and do the con there. So it's gonna be a pretty whatever type weekend, but I'm excited. Haven't had a convention since the Anifest last month, and that one was just a one-day convention, so it's good to have like a whole weekend type thing again. Yeah, apologize for like not being on the YouTube stuff or on any type of social media stuff. It's actually like very hard for me. I don't really know what the fuck, like, how to navigate it, and I'm not very tech savvy. So things like, for example, I've been trying to upload the last convention, probably before this video, the last convention up on YouTube for the last 2 days, and like shit's just been happening, and yeah, it is what it is though. I'm not really like too worried about it. It's the beginning stages of everything. Like I said in a previous video, hopefully the more we do this, we'll get to a point where I can have somebody else do this part of it, because it's not it for me, man. But all that shit aside, I'm pretty excited to see how this furry thing is gonna go down. So basically, it's $10 a day, so for 3 days, $30. But what I didn't know until like the very, very end, last minute, is that they only have 8 tables, right? So there's the whole convention. There's a small little like artist alley section with 8 tables, but then there's 16 artists, so that means every artist gets half a table. And never really done it like that before, so we'll see what's up. Keep you guys posted. Thanks for watching and like keeping up with all these things. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but I really appreciate it. What's going on, y'all? Just parked my car right off the cuff. I get to the hotel where the event's at, and parking is $30, right? So in my mind, I'm like, alright, that's pretty fucking expensive, $30 a day. But I only paid $10 for the table, or $10 a day for the table, so fuck it, right? Turns out there's no parking in that bitch anyways. So I'm like a couple blocks away. Luckily it's in a really, really nice neighborhood where I don't think much goes on here. Actually, hold on, did I lock my car? Yeah, so luckily it's in one of those airport areas where there's nothing here except for fucking the airport and then the businesses surrounding it. So, and it's in Orange County, so it's like, it's whatever. But yeah, so now I'm just trekking my ass to the place. It's not too far, and parking's free. I parked right here at this Carl's Jr. And yeah, it kind of smells because they're working on construction. It is what it is. Living the dream.
Alright, let's try this again. So, my dumbass, right when I hit the parking lot of where I needed to be, I realized that I didn't have any of my paperwork on me. So, I had to track my ass all the way back to the car to get these pieces of paper. And it made me realize a couple things. One, you should always have a checklist of what you need before you leave. And two, I'm super out of shape. Like, on the way back, it's not even that much of a walk. It's like literally a block. So I walked around the block, right? With this backpack and then with this roller. And it's not much, but I'm like out of breath. I'm sweating and shit. So I gotta do something about that. Second thing I realized, which is more on the positive side, is that I found a faster route to get to the hotel. So rather than walking around the block, I could just cut through right here. Cuts my time in half. It's a little bit of a better walk too, less cars and shit. And got the headphones now, as you can see, so that's good. And changed my hat, because the other one, I'm trying to wear that tomorrow at the regular convention. So yeah, so moral of the story is, although, you know, shit kind of sucks, things don't go your way, there's a positive to a lot of things. Whether it be, you know, something happening right away, or you realizing something that you can work on, or, I don't know, man, I'm trying to be fucking inspirational and shit, but it's just not working out. And the lighting is horrible. You probably barely see my face. Okay, it's a lot better. But yeah, just do what you gotta do. Stop bitching.
You don't remember my name?
You know, I usually have a rule that I don't clean up early at these conventions, but fuck this shit, man. Like, it was not it at all. The location, the artist alley, was in the hallway, which isn't bad, but the fact that there were 8 tables. There's supposed to be 16 artists, and each artist got half a table, right? Only like 6 artists showed up, and we still had to use our little half a table. So in that little hallway that they had us in, it was empty as a motherfucker. So it wasn't like appealing at all. We got zero traffic, and just the way that they set everything up, like where the dealer's hall was and where the panels were and everything like that, it didn't promote traffic to the artist alley. You know what I mean? Because it was pretty much like, oh man, I can't even explain how it was, but it was pretty much like a straight shot from the lobby of the hotel into the dealer's hall, and then the panels and stuff was like on the other side. So there was really no incentive for people to go through the little hallway that they called the artist alley, except to like use the bathroom, right? So it was getting no traffic. People were just like looking around. That's usual. And today is the 19th. Most people, myself included, don't get paid until the 20th, so nobody had any money. So after a while, I was like, fuck it. I made 2 sales. So I made the table back because the table was only $30, which is like the only good thing. But yeah, after that, I decided to call it quits. I'm hella tired. I haven't got any sleep yet, so I'm just gonna take this L, go back home, sleep, train, regroup for Anime Pasadena, because I'm a little bit more excited about that. And although I can come back here on Sunday, I don't think I'm gonna come back here on Sunday because it's not worth it, you know. The drive is like an hour long, and yeah, I mean, well, maybe we'll see how I feel.
Okay, let me backtrack because I felt like I was a little bit negative, and on my walk here I was kind of reflecting, and I realized it wasn't a bad show, you know. It was a bad show for Artist Alley people, and it was a bad show if you don't do furry stuff, you know, which is to be expected, right? But the people in the dealer's hall, the 3 people that I talked with, they all did really, really good. Tables were like $150. One of the people that I talked to, they said that they made over $1K in like the first 3 hours, which is like, the fuck? Like, that's hella good on a Friday, right? So she still got 3 more days to go to make money. So it's like one of those, you know, those things about like specialty cons, and all of her products was like the little badges and little trinkets specifically for that community, right? These super niche conventions really have a lot of money in it, you know, if you do it right. So all in all, it wasn't a bad show. It was just really bad for the artists. Even the dealer's hall, like $150 is hella good for a dealer's table, right? But their dealer's hall was super small, and I just remembered that it's actually their first year too, so, you know, can't really say shit about that. Overall, they were really nice. They weren't the most organized. They literally said to the artists, like, you can pick any table you want, just use half of it. And then so naturally we all used the tables that were like the closest to the dealer's hall door. But even then, like, traffic didn't come our way, it went straight into the anyways. But yeah, it wasn't a bad convention, you know. It was actually a good first convention, and I think they have a lot more room for growth. But would I be doing it again? Nah, unless we have furry products, you know. The only thing that really sold was like the Sonic, which we knew would sell, and that's about it, you know. So yeah, but I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna sleep, and just get myself ready for tomorrow.
Is it so hard to say the same thing? Are you so weak to say the same thing? Burn a hole into your apprehensiveness and let the wildfire shine, and repeat after me like, good girls go to heaven and bad girls go everywhere. And tonight I'ma love you, and tomorrow you won't care. Away from me, just sacrifice your every last inhibition. I'm on your side, don't patronize. You know tonight is the only time we'll have each other. Why would you try to waste this precious time? 'Cause tonight I'll be right here, and tomorrow you won't care.
Anime Pasadena is pretty big, like for a one-day show. Pretty excited. My dumbass. So it's in the same venue as the SoCal Retro Gaming Expo, and there's like 2 sides, right? There's the east side, and then there's a west side. So the SoCal Retro Gaming Expo last time was on the east side, right? So over here. And last time I parked in the west parking lot, right? And so I had to walk my ass all the way around to the east side to get to the venue. This time is reversed because I thought that it was gonna be in the exact same place, but it's on the fucking west side and I parked on the east side. So I'm going back now. Show's already started to move my car. I'm not really tripping too hard. I finished everything. So yeah, the first like hour and 30 minutes or whatever, no one really buys shit unless they're in a rush for something, but usually at this time it's like just when people look inside, I don't mind. But yeah, should be good.
So hard to say the same thing. I'm so weak to say the same thing. Been a hole into your apprehensiveness and let the wildfire shine and repeat after me like good girls go to heaven and bad girls go every week. And tonight I will love you. And tomorrow you won't care.
Alright, so that's gonna be a wrap for day one, or only day, of Anime Pasadena. It was a good show. It wasn't as good as AnyFest, but it was a lot bigger than AnyFest, so that was kind of weird. Hold up. Yeah, a couple of things. So there was a lot of traffic, so the traffic was there. But I think because there were compared to AnyFest, there were so many more vendors in the main area, and then the artist alley was kind of like squished in a little room. The layout is kind of like, I don't know if you saw from the other clips, but it's kind of like a mall, right? So they have the top section where people can like hang out, and then some of the rooms were like panels and like games and stuff. And then you can look down into the bottom floor, and that's where all like the vendors were, the exhibitors, and they had hella traffic. So I think they did really good today. And then if you go into like a small ass room, it's the artist alley. So I think that affected sales as well. Whereas AnyFest, they had vendors there, but they didn't have as much as the artist alley. And so, I think that's why we did a little bit better. Location, yeah, it wasn't the best location. I think I would do this next year, but I think I'm gonna go out there next year, just invest a little bit more to get those spots. One bad thing is that they put us in a place where, because it's like technically underground in the garage type area, there's like crazy concrete, we didn't have any service and we didn't have any Wi-Fi. They didn't give us any like Wi-Fi access. So we had to pay for the Wi-Fi in order to get credit card sales. So that was pretty weak because you pay all this money for a table, and then on top of that you gotta pay for Wi-Fi. In the beginning, when I first found out that service and Wi-Fi wasn't working, you couldn't take credit cards, right? So I missed out on a good amount of credit card sales in the beginning, and then afterwards I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just drop this $25 on the Wi-Fi, and I'm glad I did because most of the sales today was through card. So yeah. So just one of those things to keep in mind if you're trying to do this show. But yeah, like I said, all in all, it was a good show. They promoted it very well. A lot of people showed up. Traffic was definitely here. But I think as far as getting the sale, it is what it is sometimes. But all in all, it was good. So I'm gonna pack up. Oh, shout out to Julia for coming by again and hanging out and helping out as well. Really, really big help. I didn't get any footage or anything like that, but whatever. Thanks again.
You want to get some bofa?
Some what?
Bofa.
What's that?
Bofa these nuts!
Oh my god. Fuck out of here.
You
Man.